Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. This is Aaron, Magic Man Crypto Bent. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna show you basically how to install PT Magic and kind of my first impressions on PT Magic. I'm gonna just make sure that you guys can hear me because I can't see you guys. It doesn't work with my it's not working with my camera, so I don't know. I don't think you guys can see me. Um, okay, hold on. There it is. Sorry. I just want to make sure I can see the chat so I can participate. If you guys have any questions, I just want to see. Um, average live duration is lower than recommended. Shouldn't be that low. Watch page. There we go. I just want to make sure I can kind of, all right, talk to you guys. Sorry about that. All right, I'll get started. And my first impressions on PT Magic, as you can see, I have modified a couple settings. I wanted to go with the new strategy, and as soon as I loaded up PT Magic, I had a stop loss trigger in a different set of settings, and when it took effect, it basically just sold everything for I sold everything that I had, all the bags that I had. So it wasn't too bad. It's just $11, so it's not too bad. So I'm really trying to check out how this is working right now. I can't seem to get it to buy, but it does have a pretty good like GUI interface. So let me start off by showing you guys how to install it. I'm not going to install it on my Raspberry Pi, and it's normally where I run my profit trailer. But looking at the instructions on how to install this, it is not as easy as Profit Trailer Feeder. That is number one, right? It is not as easy as Profit Trailer Feeder. And that's one thing that I noticed. Now, I have this running on another computer, another laptop, and in order for these settings to work, okay, in order for these settings to work, you have to modify like two parts. So as you can see, this is the current setting, but this is in their default folder. So you're supposed to apply your pairs. You're supposed to copy and paste your pairs, DCA, and indicators files to a PT Magic folder, and then you also have your own pairs. So I'm still trying to figure out how it works, but the way to do it, I'll just basically go over the instructions. Where was it? Right here. Hide. So instructions here to set it up. So basically you would copy all files and folder, monitor. So it's pretty hefty. It's a lot of work. If you guys have any questions, just type it in the chat. Comparing this to Feeder, I haven't really ran this enough. I'm gonna go over over a lot of these functions to see how to use it really. I've only been running for probably an hour, and it is not what I'm used to basically. So I'm used to Profit Trailer Feeder because I've been running Profit Trailer Feeder. So that's obviously is easy for me. Just make a change and then I can apply it. This I'm gonna have to go and learn exactly how it works and how it applies to Profit Trailer Magic or PT Magic. So I'll have probably a more extensive video maybe a little later today or probably tomorrow, just because I don't see any movements happening with purchases. I don't see any type of I haven't seen any type of trailing or anything here, and I have my settings um, pretty easy to make a sale. So I don't know if my EMA cross strategy is not going to work. I might change it back to EMA gain and try and get that going so I can get a better understanding of how this works. So it does have a little bit of offset stuff, and it looks like it's a little bit less. How should I say it? I'm not sure if it's more or less complicated than Profit Trailer Feeder, but this wiki doesn't really seem to be that as fulfilled as Feeder. So I could definitely say, oh yeah, this looks easy because it's just one example and it's one thing here. But then maybe in a couple of weeks, like what happened to Profit Trailer and Profit Trailer Feeder, when they updated their wiki, there was a whole bunch more documentation on how to use this stuff. So, I mean, looking at this, I'm gonna go through and try and apply some of this stuff and see how I can incorporate it, how it can be beneficial. Like store data, max hours. So there's different types of things to look at. So it even actually compares the pairs to CoinMarketCap or the exchange you're trading on, which it looks like it's only using two exchanges, which is Bitrex and Binance. So like this stuff is a lot different than Feeder. A lot of these things are a little bit different than Feeder, and so to get accustomed to all this stuff, I'm gonna have to. I want to apply it in a trial and error based scenario, so I can get a better understanding of how it works. And obviously, if you're gonna even test this out or look at it, please use. You can either put it in test mode or just use like a low percentage and use like a low pair. So, see, I have 4 pairs. If you want to test it out, maybe put it to 6 and a low percentage, so you're not losing that much just in case. And it looks like it does apply certain settings to coins that meet a certain threshold. And I gotta look and see what this means, because it apparently is applying a sell only mode to these pairs. So that's interesting. So each, I guess every 30 seconds, I think it checks, and then it applies a sell only mode to a certain list of pairs, which is interesting. It's pretty cool. But from this standpoint, from what I see, obviously there's a GUI. It looks better than Feeder. Feeder, I believe, is coming out with a GUI, so I do want to give that a chance. And I will be biased to Feeder just because I know Feeder better. Now, don't want to, take this away from PT Magic, because obviously this is free. And I mean, it even has a DCA calculator I do not know how to use, by the way. I haven't used it, so I'm not sure. So it looks like it tells you what kind of setting it's in. So to the moon, I think when I did see it, it did have, and I'll show you, is it this file? think it is this file. Yeah, so setting analyzer. Okay, so this I believe is what it applies, or this is how it applies. All right, so as we can see here, it says CMC Coin Market Cap 24 hour, which I changed it from Coin Market Cap to the exchange I'm trading on. So as you can see here, it says trend minutes, 24 hour, right? So this is I believe one instance here, and then max market is 50. So it's taking the top 50, I believe, pairs, and it's analyzing in a 24 hour basis. So this one's obviously 1 hour. Then it has another one here. So then down here, it looks like this is for like a bear market. So feeder would say super bear. This would probably be super bear, end of the world type of scenario, is what the name of it is. It would change the max change. So I got to go through this and figure out what this entails. So maximum trend change percent for this setting to get triggered. So I don't want to ramble on stuff that I'm not sure of, but it looks like it applies. So it's going to apply this. Hold on. Unique name of your setting and define triggers will be connected by and or your triggers for this setting. But what puts it in this setting? I'm guessing this. So I got to figure out what puts it in this type of setting, and I'm not sure if it's this based on a 1 hour change, or maybe based on a 12 hour, or based on a 24 would make it go into this global setting. I'm basically guessing that that's what it is. So if it meets any of these criteria, it's going to put it in the end of world setting, global setting. Then there's another one called tanking down. Then there's another one, bear sided. Another one, ready for liftoff. And then we're currently in the to the moon, and then it applies these changes. Or hold on, so min change. So I think these are the possible requirements to make this in a to the moon setting, and then it applies these values. And I don't think it doesn't do it like an offset. So I think it applies this as a value. So there's no offset, so it doesn't go down by 20% or up by. So with this, it actually applies that actual value instead of working with like an offset. But I think if I was reading correctly, it has offsets here. Global setting. So here, global setting, unique name for your string. So there's some stuff in here that I definitely want to look at. I did not mind offsets, but if you can set a specific value, that can work as well. So like I said, it's similar to feeder, but it's different. In going through this wiki, I'm gonna have to see, because okay, so relative, absolute. So I'm going to be going through this just to see. So here we go. Trailing profit offset percent. So it does have some type of percent for all, using no prefix, and then result for both. So this in a way is like a free version of, looking at it's a free version of feeder. But I do believe that there's a big update coming, a GUI update for feeder. And there is a video that I was actually watching, and I'm going to show you right now. Let me go here. There was a video that I was watching with this guy, feeder beta update. He kind of goes over what is going to be new with profit trailer feeder, And I watched about maybe 20 minutes of it, and it sounds like it's going to be a huge update. So basically, we're not even going to, we're going to have to only take our settings. Like, we're only going to be using or taking or salvaging. We're only going to be salvaging our like app settings. That's it. Or host settings file. So it's going to be interesting to see what changes they're going to be making, and I believe it's going to be GUI. So I'll run this probably for the rest of the day, just because I'm not running it on my Raspberry Pi, and I want to see how I can try and get it to work. Because my initial plan to get my new buy strategy was to see if I can use EMA Cross, but then have Feeder or maybe now PT Magic to help me stay away from the downtrend pairs, and have EMA Cross buy on an uptrend, and hopefully sell after maybe whatever 2%. I'm trying to trade at a gain of 2% at the moment. So I think EMA Cross can work in that manner as long as something is managing the downside of the market. If something is telling, look, don't buy this because it has been on a downtrend since, maybe the last hour, last 12 hours, maybe the last 24 hours. But if it's on an uptrend, it's going to allow it to buy, and then it can actually just use its strategy. Because if a bot is using the EMA Cross, it's going to buy something, and then it might just tank right after, and it doesn't know that it's been on a downtrend the whole day. So I really am looking forward to try and get this new buy strategy to see how much beneficial it could be, or more, or just maybe just a different strategy for people to use and apply. So I'm just going to be testing. I'm using EMA Cross, but I'm going to be testing it out with PT Magic, and hopefully I can get some sales actually today, just so I can see how the layout looks, the GUI looks, and then I can kind of present it to you in a video. Thank you for everyone that joined my stream. I figured I'd do a live stream on this because I received multiple requests to do something on PT Magic. I figure I will show you guys at least how I would say challenging it is to get this running. If you can follow these directions, you'll be fine. But if you're not, if you're not really tech savvy, it may take you a couple tries. But I do believe they will make something easier in the future, because I just recently heard of it. So I'm pretty sure this is still in its beginning phases. And I'm pretty sure they're going to make it a little bit easier to get it up and running. But it certainly is definitely interesting, and I'll be going over that stuff. And I'll have, I guess I'll summarize my review either hopefully later today or tomorrow. I may give it a little bit more time. Yeah, Bubble, it's free. Or Double, I'm sorry. What's going on? Yeah, it is free. Let me get that website for you. Let me see if they have it down here. No, they don't. Let me get a website for you. Profit. I just put in Profit Trailer Magic, and then it should be the first one here. And then you come here. You can go here, download latest release. Click here. It should be right here. They also have a website. I just don't know what the website. I just don't know what the website is. The website might have came up. Oh, here it is. So here's the website here. You just hit download. You can also read it. And you can try and apply. You can try and apply this and check it out. But I do suggest if you're gonna check it out, please use conservative settings and then adjust aggressive, because like what happened with me it sold a couple things at a stop loss, but that wasn't its fault. That was something that I did in my pairs file that I was working with. So let me put the link here. So yeah, so if you're ever going to try and implement something new, use strict settings and then work your way more aggressive, just so you know how much to tweak and how much to adjust. So you're at least not, taking a loss or buying at a loss, or at least you know that you know how much to adjust or what to adjust, and you're still learning, you know. Thank you for all that tuned in. Sorry, this is gonna probably be the last time I'm gonna say this. So if you guys are interested, please check out the Brave browser link. There is a pretty cool browser that integrates with the BAT token. I have a video on that. Check it out. I think it's right here actually. So check it out if you want just a little instructional video, but it helps me. It helps you guys. You guys gain tokens for free. I believe they give monthly distributions. So check out that video for that information. If you guys are interested in Profit Trailer, here's a link. There's a feeder link as well, but this is not what that is about. Join my Discord chat. Ask me any questions. The screen name is The Magic Man 3. Everyone, take care. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one.